Okay, here we go. Thank you for joining me. We made it through another week. I don't know, we have another week to go, another weeks to go. But I'm so glad that you spend the time to invest in yourself and to be here today. So thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, for those of you, I've seen a lot of names and that I've seen before, and I'm so glad that you're back and there's some new on there. So for those of you that are new, just know that the chat bar is there. So if you have a comment or a question or you want to respond to something, you can put it there. You can do it to me one-on-one or in the Q&A too, or to everybody, whichever works for you. All right, so today on our Burst of Innovation, we're going to talk about how to build collaboration when your teams are virtual. Not check-ins, not chatter, because that happens, but actual real collaboration. And here's the thing I want us to kind of think about here. This is really not about the technology. I think we can all figure that out. This is actually about kind of how the mind works and how people work and how we want to feel connected. But I've got two very simple ways that I know work because I've been using them and I have seen clients use them. Really simple ways to help you and your team stay collaborative and stay connected in a way that is meaningful for the work that you do and meaningful for, I'm going to put this down a little bit, meaningful for actually building innovative ideas and working together and meeting your goals, not just for like, oh, let's connect, which is great. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you just need to do that, but today's not about that. So I want to talk a little bit about the first tool because it's so simple and it's one of my favorite. And I actually learned it from someone named Vern Harnish, which some of you may know. He does the company Gazelles, big in the entrepreneur world. And when I was leading a company, this consulting firm, we were sent to one of his trainings. It was absolutely phenomenal. And one of the things that he taught us was something called the daily huddle. So it was 15 minutes. And here's what we did as a team. And I'm going to relate this to virtual in a second. What we did as a team is we would actually, at 9 a.m. every day, there was about 20 of us, so we could do this. We would huddle in the middle of the open office space. And we would go around in a circle and we would say, what was our priority? What was a best practice if we had one? And what was a challenge or something we were working through? 3 simple things. And here's what I think impressed me so much coming out of it is in that moment, we were able to share in ways that we weren't before and break down the silos that tend to happen when we go back to our jobs, right? To like doing our tasks. And I think that now more than ever with so many of us virtually and working from home, I don't know if you saw the pic I posted on LinkedIn, but my kitchen is in the background because it's right over there. I don't have a door in my office. But with all of us working from home now, that real collaboration is A, harder, and B, I think much more important to create. So what I want you to think about when you're trying to figure out how to build collaboration with your teams, I want you to think about replicating that daily huddle that I just mentioned, but with your teams virtually. Here's simply how you do it, right? You schedule a 9, 10 a.m. team meeting on Zoom, GoToMeetings, whatever, Microsoft Office, whatever it is you use, right? And in that time, and the key is what you share. This isn't about getting together and just saying, how are you, what's new? Because that doesn't give people any guidance. And I think oftentimes the mistake we make trying to build collaboration is we build chatter, right? Everybody just gets on and nobody's really sure what they're supposed to be talking about and it ends up just kind of being a free-for-all. We don't want a free-for-all. We want to be guided, we want to be focused, and we want the sharing to be open. So write these down. 3 things. Number 1, what is your priority? What are you focused on today? Is it getting this one project done? Is it connecting with certain clients? Is it figuring out this process? Is it launching a new product? Whatever it is, right? What's your priority? What is your best practice or thing that went well? Maybe that's, oh, I landed a new business deal. I figured out this solution to this, and here's how I did it. And then the third one, what's a challenge or an obstacle you're facing that you could use some advice on? Super simple, right? Priority, best, challenge. Here's what happens when you open up that conversation with your team, right? So now all of us, and Donna and Connie and Bijal and Carolyn, we're all on this together and we can all see each other. And I say, okay, so my priority this week is finishing up these scripts I need to do for these videos that we're recording this class for Udemy, right? So, and I'm giving you real world, by the way. That is my priority for today, moving into the weekend, actually. And my best practice is that I connected with a client that is struggling with some things, and I think I was able to really help them out. And I did that I actually was I was on LinkedIn and I saw what they were posting about. So I used that to pick up the phone. So I think paying attention to what's going on LinkedIn is a great way to build momentum in other ways. The challenge I'm facing is we just launched a virtual class, an innovation summit on April 17th. And I'd love some advice on how to get the word out without sounding salesy, without adding to the noise, like all the stuff that's going on. All right, I totally just pulled back the curtain. That is real deal for me. But do you see how, so I would say that, right? And then Donna would talk, and then Cheryl and Bijal and so on. But do you see how just simply saying those things in a couple minutes, doesn't take long, right, actually could open up conversation? Because Connie may come to me later and go, oh, Tamara, I have been thinking about that. I've got some ideas for you. I'll call you later. This is not about solving it. That's the other thing. This is not a brainstorm. This is a daily huddle, right? So, or maybe Bijal calls me later and is like, hey, Tamara, I've got some ideas for you. You were talking about your best practice. Or, Kirby's like, hey, I want to understand how you did that with LinkedIn because I think I could do that. Having that little snippet makes a world of difference. Daily huddles. And by the way, it doesn't have to be daily. Obviously, it can be weekly. It can be bi-weekly, whatever it is. But it really helps us share. It helps us connect with each other in a meaningful way, but it keeps us guided and it removes the chatter and the check-in. That doesn't do anything for people, right? Let's face it. That's not how we want to be spending our time, but helps us connect. And the more we get into the practice of this, the easier it gets for your team, right? They come prepared. So I love that we did it daily. The only reason we couldn't be there is if we were traveling or with a client. It's pretty easy, 15 minutes. And we were done in 15 minutes with a team of 10 of us, I think, I think the number of us that were in the office at any given time. So daily huddle, that's the first one. Here's the second one. And this is going to sound a little crazy. And in fact, before I get into it, let me give you one quick announcement, by the way. We've extended these 10-minute bursts of innovation because, when we started these, we said we were doing these as a way to kind of share and connect and turn uncertainty into innovation. We thought we were locked down for 2 weeks. Turns out it's going to be a lot longer. So we extended these through May. I hope that it extends on your calendar. If it doesn't, let me know or just double check. You'll want to, obviously, if you're enjoying these, I'd love for you to keep coming. So we've extended. The only day we're not doing is April 17th. That's a Friday because we're doing our 3-hour innovation summit, which is an even richer, deeper dive into transforming obstacles into opportunities. The link's in the show note, by the way. I'd love to see you there. So we discounted it heavily because we want people to be there. This is not about selling expensive seats. This is about making an impact and getting more of us on this page and this mindset of finding the opportunities and all this. All right, so with that said, that's the first one, is the daily huddle. The second one is, this is about when we're doing brainstorms. And this is going to sound really counter, but go with me on this. Oftentimes, when we're trying to collaborate as a team online, what we end up trying to do is filling the air, right? Or just looking at each other and talking. I want us to not be afraid online of quiet time. In fact, I want us to encourage it. I want us to create it. Here's what I mean by that. Let's say I come to the team, I say, hey team, we're going to get together. We're going to talk about how to solve challenge X. And by the way, I would highly encourage you to put it on the whiteboard or on a PowerPoint and on the screen. I can't tell you the number of times I've been in a virtual brainstorm and my mind is like kind of distracted because email pings me sometimes, my text is pinging me. And halfway through, I'm like, wait, what was the challenge? What were we talking about? So let me show you quickly, by the way, on a whiteboard. And by the way, this is, again, not about tech. I don't care how you do this. You can very easily, right on this whiteboard. Well, I did it earlier, and now, of course, I've lost my ability to do it because this is in the way. Text. How do I, right, whatever. I would write it on the screen and I would keep it up there. But here's the thing I want you to consider. This is the part that's a little bit different. While that's up, instead of just saying, all right, team, here's the challenge, right? Here's what I want us to collaborate on. How do I blah, 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 or what do we do about this? I want you to go, okay, guys, how do we do this? And then I want you to say, I want each of us to take 5 minutes to think about it and then come back together and write your ideas down on old school sticky note or paper or whatever works for you. I think oftentimes when we try to bring the team together to collaborate, what we ended up creating is chatter because we're just trying to fill the air. But you know what? That quiet time helps us think. You've still got introverts, you've still got processors. And we're more distracted because we're working from home and there's kids in the background and news in the background and our mental space and all that. Give people the time to actually think on the brainstorms. Don't be afraid of the quiet. And you know, one trick I've seen that works really well is put music on, right? Just put a little like gentle music in the background. Be like, all right, well, the music's on. We're going to think, and then we're going to come back together and talk. It's so simple, but I will tell you the collaboration that I've seen goes from here to all the way up here when we're not afraid of giving people the time to do the work on the conference call. All right, daily huddle. Collaboration is doing the work and letting people have that quiet time. So let me answer some questions. Michelle, thank you. Love it. That's great. I'm glad you do. And you're a phenomenal coach, by the way, so I so appreciate your work. Donna asked, what is the end date in May? It looks like it's recurring and it's next week. Yeah, that's on the original invite. And then I extended it until May 1st. And we'll probably extend it again. So let me look at the tech and see what's up. Thank you for letting me know. I would love to be able to keep doing these. I mean, we did these in response to everything that's going on. And frankly, it was overdue to make this happen anyway. So let me work at the tech. There was another question about what about the one-on-one between manager and team member? That's a great question. Yes, and this is why I love the daily huddle, because as the manager, in particular, the leader of the team, not just the team members, it happens that way too, it gives you an opportunity to actually connect with people, to hear what their need and what they're thinking, and then to take that and take it to the one-on-one conversation. So Jeannie, if I hear what your priorities are, your best practice, your challenge as the manager, when I then come to you, I'm just using your name because you're in my chat bar. If I then come to you, I actually have a sense of what's going on. And that applies from team member to team member too. But I found when I was leading those daily huddles, and actually when I do now with my virtual team, that it gives me a greater sense of what's going on around the organization. And then I actually come prepared to those conversations a little bit more. All right, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. I really encourage you. I will look into the tech of making sure these are extended. And I really encourage you to go sign up for the Innovation Summit and to share it with other people. Let's just get a banging amount of people there. Like I said, we discounted it a ridiculous amount because this is about all of us coming together to innovate and to find those opportunities. I think we all know that this is about a shift in how we do things, and different times require different thinking, and that we're going to dig in and roll up our sleeves in this summit. Super excited about it. All right, everyone, if you have a topic, a question, a challenge, something you want me to talk about, just email me or find me wherever. I will happily try to incorporate that as I'm about to go think through what's happening next week. Some people have asked, will I send a reminder? Yes. Yes, Donna, if we are connected on LinkedIn in particular, I can send it directly to you. Yeah, so Donna, connect with me on LinkedIn. All of you. I'd love to see you on LinkedIn, actually. That'd be amazing. All right. Thank you all. So appreciate you. We will talk Monday. I hope you all have a phenomenal weekend. Obviously, reach out if you need anything. I will be here working this weekend. So call me. Call me. By the way, my kids didn't know what this meant when I did it to them. Okay. I'm done.